Hey guys, welcome to episode 32 of the Perspective Podcast. This is where I talk about music, lifestyle, fitness, and every perspective into one. Episode 32, let's go and get it. We actually remembered what number this episode is, so happy days, happy days. Hope you guys are doing well. Me here, I'm doing great. It's Monday, start of the week. Well, it's a Tuesday when you're watching this, or whichever day you're watching this. Starting a week off strong. Went to the gym, did our workout. We woke up a bit later today. Usually we wake up at 6 a.m. every day. Yesterday was a reset type of day. I was on the 4 hours of sleep because I was working during the weekend. So yeah, I was very sleep deprived. Sunday, we literally did the complete opposite of resting. We went to the gym and then we went on a late walk. And we were spending time with mom during the evening. So I was like, I'd rather just chill with mom and then go on a walk later because sometimes you can't make them moments back. So I was like, let's just spend that time. Went on a walk later, came back home, and this was around 12 by the time I got back home. And when I was on a walk, it was like pitch black, streets empty, like deep the scene, it's empty. You just have your thoughts. I was not listening to music. I was just exposed to just oxygen and the sound of silence. Barely any cars going on. I promise you, I could only make a handful of the amount of cars that I heard while I was on this walk. So walking back actually, and I get this thought of what to do for my birthday, 24th of September. I get this thought of what to do on my birthday, and I could not stop thinking about it. Got back home, and then get back home now. Mom makes some chicken fillets. Bet I was finished eating, but I was like, you know what? I'll take it. Eat that now while I'm looking for ideas and visions for my birthday. And we are lit. We're actually but hey, we're not gonna get into that because we have a month. We have a month to do that. 24th of September is a really good day because that's the same day as a generational album that released. If you know, you know. Nothing Was the Same by Drake released on 24th of September. So, we have that elevation already that our birthday is already one of the greats, and it's 24 Kobe Day, 24/9. It just makes sense. Well, technically it's 24/8, but hey, that's beside the point. 24 is a generational number. It really is. But this episode, we're just gonna talk about straight Oasis for a while. Oasis. I'm now an Oasis stan. And the way this happened, it was not supposed to happen at all. This was last week. I'm thinking of a video idea. I'm making down some notes on songs that the genre does not matter. Literally just random songs that has nothing to do with rap or the usual music that I listen to. And I can tell you the songs that I was already thinking to do. I was going to do, I can't remember. It was like a Coldplay song. It was a McGee, Sam Fender, Hosier, like those type of artists, Jess Glynn randomly. And then I was thinking, who else can I do? And then you was thinking, Oasis, they're touring right now, so let's just see. But it was like, I'm typing in Oasis, and then I click the first song that comes on, and the first song is Slide Away, which is actually funny. Slide Away comes on. This is actually fire. So I put that on my notes saying, yeah, we're going to do this song. And then second thought came on, why don't we just make a video of just tapping into their songs, go through their albums and just listen to them, like just see what you like from their music. So then I'm literally, I'm not sitting right here, but my laptop on my desk, and I'm literally going through their discography from album, chronological order, from the first. I only listened to their first 3-4 albums. And then as I was listening, I was thinking, alright, we're just going to listen to it in the car. Makes sense. And we're going to film our doing. I'd rather give a live reaction. So that is what we did. We went in the car. We did our video. The songs that we did was Slide Away, Half the World Away, Stay By Me. There's Don't Go. There's something like that. But yeah, we literally listened to their discography, and not their whole discography though, but I listened to their main songs. And then I was thinking, that would be funny because they're touring right now. It will give a little bit of a buzz. and then posted it. First couple hours, didn't really do much. I was thinking, it's cool. I wake up now with videos on like 24k views. I'm thinking, what? what type of different demographic is this hitting now? Bro, we got the Oasis stands tapping into the video. I'm thinking, yeah, this is sick because we're tapping into more Oasis music, and this is nice. And it makes me realize as well, because obviously being black, you would not you would not think that people would listen to Oasis or that type of music, and that's what I like about that type of content. It's what you call being set apart. You don't really want to be listening. Of course, I love my rap music, but it's something completely different to what the norm would really listen to. So that's probably why the video done well. Like currently it's over 100k views. Cool, that is sick. But regardless, it's the message behind that. I hope that people are like tapping into it. People like me, I'm thinking, you know what, let me tap into Oasis because it's deeper than just listening to rap music. You know, there's not just rap music, there's actually a whole different genres or just everything into one that you can listen to, because that's what makes it sweet, man. You can collect little Easter eggs from different things and then just see what you like. But of course, you are not supposed to like everything. Like what you like, because that's what makes it better. But yeah, Liz was listening to them. I was thinking, yeah, their music's fire. I can actually appreciate their music. It's good to tap into different music. It really is, because you get to realize what you like, and it's not every day the typical genre that you listen to. And I'm grateful that I tapped into Oasis because I really like their music now. And it's sick because it just opens doors to new things. It really opens doors to new things and new interests that you like. And Oasis is one of them for me anyway. Bro, this year has been phenomenal. Oasis, Sam Fender, bit of Mac Miller, McGee. You can't make this up. It's really been it's been a generational year. And it's crazy that I know that the 2025 Wrapped is going to be all over the place. I'll be so surprised if it's literally just mainly rap. It will not be mainly rap. I promise you that it will not be mainly rap, and I'm intrigued to see what it's going to look like. But yeah, tap into music that is out of your field. Don't just listen to the music that you listen to, because there's more to life than that. And with that, you will literally realize that, yo, this is actually sick. So yeah, you do that because it's cool. It's actually really cool. And during the Oasis video, I was saying that, like you can hear the hi-hats or you can hear them 808s. Of course, I'm joking. There ain't any 808s, but them hi-hats, you can hear them, bro. You can hear them, but it's actually live hi-hats from the drum kit. So yeah, it really makes it shows the difference in terms of production from rap music and indie or rock, whatever that type of things, like indie, alternate rock or pop. It's a little bit of everything into one, but you can't not like it because it sounds good. For example, the songs like Live Forever, Stay Young. There's another song that they have that is really good, Champagne Supernova. Like, yeah, you need to tap into their song Champagne Supernova if you haven't, because it's catchy, it's fire, and it just sounds really good, and their production is fire. There's another one that they have, it's called, bro, I need to get my phone for this one. It is called The Master Plan and Bonehead's Bank Holiday. Those ones go crazy, especially in terms of especially with their production. They were ahead of their time with their music, and I have nothing but respect for it. It really makes me want to go to their concert now because they're touring. It's a perfect time. It could have been a more perfect time for that. But yeah, shout out to Oasis, man, because their music is actually really good. I'm still yet to listen to their whole discography because they have a lot of songs, and they're the type of artists that they release their live versions, and this should be popularized because sometimes the live versions of their songs sound better than the actual song itself. And for example, if you guys remember Travis Scott's live performance that he did at ACL Austin in like 2018, when this was like the year of Astroworld, and he literally did one of the best performances ever. Like, and it was a set list of Astroworld as well, little bit of Birds. Bro, it was that type of music that it just sounded really good. And bro, he should actually release his live versions and just release it online, because his performances make the song sound better. Because when he's performing, he does a thing when he's always harmonizing during his songs. He doesn't sing the actual key of the song, he harmonizes it. Well, it's a different tone of the song, and people may not like, or people may not understand it. And when I started seeing his performances, I didn't get it because I was thinking, why is he just singing off key or in a different way that the song sounds? But I understand it now, because really and truly, his songs he'd be performing in a mellow tone sometimes, and making it different makes it sound better live. So hey, I hear it. I hear it. But yeah, more artists should release their live performances. And another example is, for example, like well, The Weeknd did that for his SoFi Stadium show, and that was a really good one, especially after the tragedy that happened when he lost his voice. So him bringing that back and doing a show and releasing a live version of that is sick. Drake should do that, especially with his tour that he's doing right now. But I'm trying to think, what was his best show that he did? And if I could think, I'd probably say his shows that he's doing now are up there as one of his best, because you can tell the energy. But in terms of live performance that he did, it's probably, I can't lie, I would say his 2019 Assassination Vacation tour, or when he did his Coachella set in 2020, when he did his Coachella set in 2015. That was at that time that If You're Reading This It's Too Late dropped, and he was on a generational run with that. And yeah, or his 2011 headline set at Wireless, when he had The Weeknd performing with him. Was it 2011 or 2012? Either one of them. He should release live versions of his songs, because he sounds really good live. But I feel like he's getting better live as the years go on, because when he did his shows this year at Wireless and his own tour, it sounded really good, and there was barely any backing track. Last time when I saw him, there was quite some backing tracks, so to hear the difference, to not really have that backing track there, I can respect it. You know what I mean? Because not a lot of artists do that. And yeah, it would be sick to see him do a live version of his shows. Another artist who should release live versions of their shows, Frank Ocean, if he would ever do one. But in a more realistic state, Daniel Caesar, because he sounds really good live. Daniel Caesar, Her, like artists like that, Cleo Soul, bro, they need to release their stuff. Even Leon Thomas, because he sounds really good live, and I'm trying to hear the live version because it sounds different to the actual studio version. Studio version can be a bit more normal, but the live version just makes it a bit more different. Coldplay is another artist that needs to release live versions. I don't know if they have, but if they haven't, they need to, because they sound really good live. The last I saw their performance when they did their Glastonbury set last year, and I was thinking, damn, I gotta go. Me and mom gotta go to see Coldplay. Coldplay is like my mom's favorite band, and we will take her there because they're doing their tour this month as well, Wembley Stadium. And I'm looking at Ticketmaster, and there's just no tickets. Actually, we're making this into a segment. Why is it so difficult to get Coldplay tickets? This was before this whole tragedy of that cheating scandal happened. When they released their tickets last year, they literally went in seconds, and this is for Wembley. This is not just no normal stadium. This is Wembley. This is Wembley, one of the biggest, if not the biggest stadium in UK, and they've sold it out completely. 80,000 people in that one area, and it's sold out. And they're doing multiple dates in there, by the way, multiple. And I don't know why and how there's not two tickets. There's not two tickets. There's not two tickets. And if I'm to make a video, there's going to be scammers on TikTok. So where on earth can we actually get tickets to see Coldplay? Because they're a generational band. You know what I mean? And I know more people want to see them, especially after that Coldplay. Especially after that cheating scandal. And if you don't know what happened, there was these couple or these people that are having an affair. And Coldplay do this thing where they show like people that are just in the crowd. They do this like kiss cam or couples cam, and they show this group of people. They show this couple, and the girl instantly hid herself, bro, because of course she's not the actual girl. She's the one who's in the affair with the guy. That's actually tough, and it really does ruin people's career. Like this. Cheating is so common, especially as you get older, and you realize that it's deeper than that, because marriage is expensive, divorce is expensive. So yeah, it's tough, but that doesn't justify anything. But it's tough how that happened. Life comes at you fast, and especially karma. And yeah, hey man, if just do not cheat. Of course, it happens. Life is life. Can't really bring anyone down, but damn, it's tough. But yeah, Coldplay tickets, we need some because I'm trying to take Mumsy there. She needs to see Coldplay, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that would be sick. That would actually be really sick. It's been 7 years since Astroworld, and yeah, that is just a top 10 album. I remember exactly where I was when it dropped. I was in bed. I was in bed. I was in this room when the album dropped, and then this was the time where it wasn't really common to do hidden features, and I had no clue who the features were gonna be. So I'm just listening to the album. I'm gassed. Stargazing was the only song that I knew because he was doing previews of that song anyway. So I was excited to hear that song, but I was not expecting to hear the second part. I was not keen on it. And I was not keen on Carousel, but I was keen on Sicko Mode, especially with hearing Drake. Bro, I low-key was moving like academics when when that reaction was happening. Bro, I was not expecting that at all because that is a generational song. So yeah, Sicko, R.I.P. Screw, Stop Trying to Be God, No Bystanders, Skeletons, Wake Up, 5% Tin, NC-17, Astro Thunder, the best song on the album, the best song on the album, Yosemite, Can't Say, Who What, Butterfly Effect, Coffee Bean, Houston Fornication, all those songs there. It's a top 10 album, and man, it really is a classic. I saw someone say that Astro World is not a classic, but in future reference, it is a classic. Like, it will be a classic because it really is his best commercial album, and it's his, it may be tough to say, but it's his most cohesive album that he's ever done. Birds is my favorite album from him, but from another person, won't be them his most cohesive. But Ashworld, it really plays the theme in the best way. Colourful, dark, psychedelic, rise. Ashworld is like all over the place, and it makes perfect sense. It really just makes you realize that that era of Ashworld was crazy. Remember when he used to wear those outfits, like the cargos, the khaki cargos, those Jordan 1s, those brown ones that he had with the reverse swoosh, and then when he'd always wear the short sleeve and long sleeve top. That was his era. And then when he had his like blonde singles, that was an era. But yeah, Astroworld era was top tier, and I'm intrigued to see what this era is going to be like with his music because things can change. Utopia was a good album, but I don't think that was his best. Birds is my favorite album. Rodeo is a really good album, and I really miss that sound. His song that he dropped not long ago, The Wizard, he really should tap back into the sound because I think that's where you get the most best performance of Travis's music. When you get that dark theme, it just makes sense, and he should be doing that more often. I don't know why he doesn't, but I hear it trying to evolve. But when does it get to a point where you're doing too much? Especially with a few songs on Jack Boys 2, which I don't really listen to that much to this day. There's one song on there on Jack Boys 2 that has Sofego on. I think it's called No Contest, or I don't know, but it's like you're trying to do too much and it just does not sound good, period. But hey man, just gotta let it do its thing because you never know, can like it. But I'm still not really intrigued on Jack Boys 2 other than a couple songs on the album. I never would have thought I'd say that, but it's tough. And then he has his Reading Festival performance, and people are saying that the set can be, well, the stage set can be different, but I feel like it's gonna be like his Coachella set in terms of the stage design. Utopia Rocks is gonna have a stage A and stage B set. It's gonna have that circle and it's gonna be in there. I can just tell. The Utopia Rocks, I have a feeling that they will be there. It may not be as identical, but it will be like a B-Tech version. Because of course, Coachella is a major performance, so you're going to go crazy with the stage set. But I feel like it will be on a similar level because Reading Festival is a big festival. People are not actually deep in that. Yeah, Reading Festival is big, bro. It's like over 100k people go into that festival. That's bigger than Wireless. Like, it's one of the biggest ones in the UK, and I don't think people deep that. I know it's a festival where there's a lot of like sixth form or college students, but it really is a big festival for a reason, and it makes sense for him to headline because it really is. It's the biggest one in besides Glastonbury and in the UK, so it makes sense. And I hope it's going to be live streamed because we will be there, period. So yeah, it will have a Adobe set, and him starting at 9:50 until 11, was it, or something like that. Knowing Travis, he's gonna come out late. Even during his Coachella set, he came out late. You can't make this up. He's gonna come out late. Like, knowing him, bro, he will come out late. And it's weird that he's doing it on a Sunday. Usually he always does a set on a Saturday. Like, if you actually deep what he, like, his sets, it's always on a Saturday, for a festival anyway. It's always on a Saturday. So for it to be on a Sunday, hey, I'm intrigued to see how it's gonna be. I don't feel like he's gonna bring out guests unless he brings out UK guests, but I highly doubt it. In an alternate universe, he'll bring out the whole Jack Boys too, but even that may be a stretch. Because for Coachella, he only brought out Sheck West and Don Toliver, and that was for weekend 2. Weekend 1, he did not bring out anyone. So if he's not going to bring out anyone for that, you think he's going to bring out anyone for Reading in the UK, away from all the American friends that he's got? You know what I mean? But yeah, Reading Festival, we're still on that campaign. I remember my first time when I went Reading, this was 2022, and I actually had Blonde Singles 2022, and I was working as a bar staff anyway. I was working at the guest area, but was meant to go with my boy. And yeah, I was gassed because this is something that I've always wanted to do. But then last minute, he couldn't come, so I was like, damn, I'm going on my own. So I'm scared, I'm nervous, I'm thinking, what are we doing here? Because I've never done this before. But then was thinking, you never know, with these experiences, the best thing can happen. So we took that initiative and we went. We got there now. Actually, we get on the coach, and this is a pickup coach with the agency. I don't know anyone there. I don't know what I'm doing. And this low-key started the reason of taking these high risks, because you always get a high reward. But yeah, we get on the coach now, made friends with these two guys, and we're just chatting. We get to the campsite. This is like the staff campsite. This is on a Thursday. Yeah, Thursday night we get there. And I've never built up a tent before. I've never built up a tent, so I don't know what I'm doing. I have no clue. Shout out to the guys because they helped me, because I didn't know what I was doing. So we did that now. We set everything up, and then after that, we had the wristband that we can like access anywhere. So we get in now, and I thought we were only just going to work and then come back, not be able to like go into all these different areas. But boy, was I wrong. You could get in anywhere. You could literally act like you're one of the people that bought the ticket and just roaming around, but you're just allowed to do anything. This is why it's really good to work at these festivals, because yet one, you're able to do whatever. 2, you're getting paid to work at an area that you just enjoy, period. Like, there was something about that I just didn't realize. It opened a whole different world. Thinking, damn, you can actually do something here. So yeah, on that day, we literally made friends with bare people that whole weekend. We worked at the guest area, and the guest area is like the VIP section. Basically like Wireless, when you have the VIP artist area. Literally, we was working there during the weekend, and I had no clue what that area was, because it was right next to the main stage, and this was the weekend that Dave was headlining as well. So I was thinking, okay, this is gonna be a good weekend because I'm here to see Dave. So then we were saying that we were right next to the main stage. So then we go literally right to the main stage, right, or outside anyway. I'm thinking, alright, when our artist performs, we wanna like just see what we can do, just create our videos, whatever. Bro, Polo G is about to perform, and I'm talking to one of his guys, and then we're walking towards the main stage. I'm thinking, what's going on? What is literally going on? The security does not ban eyelid. I don't know if that's racial, but it's cool because he thought that I was one of them. Hey, I'll take it. But regardless, we're literally on the main stage with Polo G, and I'm thinking, yeah, how on earth does this happen? Like, take that risk and it will take you far, because the way that happened was crazy. Like, things like that does not happen usually, and it literally did. So yeah, this is a sign for you to take that risk, because you never know what's going to come out of it. Like, that was a crazy experience, and we'll do that again. And on that same day, we literally met Dave. Didn't have a conversation. He literally just nodded his head. And then we parted ways. Like, things like that you keep for the rest of your life, bro. Like, we literally got to see Dave perform for free, and we interacted with him, and that really started everything. Literally, I genuinely believe that those experiences really start something. So yeah, don't be afraid to take that risk, because you get the high reward in the long term. And that's why I got my relationship with Redden, because if that can happen, who knows what can happen this year. when you're having that for your first one, it's like, damn, okay, let's just turn it up a notch. And you really just started the segue of just making a ruckus, going to these concerts, festivals, and sneaking in. You know what I mean? Because you can literally have the best experiences without even realizing. So, yeah, man, take that risk because you never know what's gonna happen. I want to talk about the fitness lifestyle, whatever, running or going to the gym. I was deep in the other day. It really isn't for everyone. You don't have to be doing excessive workouts 4-5 times a day, going on a run 4 times a day. You don't have to. You really don't have to do that. And it's crazy because you see so much on social media, on Instagram, on TikTok, of just like creators working their ass off, bro, in terms of their fitness, going to the gym a lot of times. Of course, there's the beauty of it. It's really good, and I'd recommend anyone to do that. Yeah, you gotta realize that is low-key their job. Like, they have to do that, because if they don't, then it reduces their opportunities. It reduces things to even just work out for them. Yes, they live for it, but as well, they're being paid to do that. So like, you gotta deep it. Like, don't take it with a pinch of salt, because this is what they have to do. They're literally like selling themselves by just like doing all these workout stuff, because it's their image and it's what they sell, you know what I mean? But it's the best way to do it, and as long as you enjoy it, that's all that matters. Like with running and gym, I'd still do my 5 times a day, because that just caters towards me. I would not change that 5 times a day, perfect. Even 6 if I'm doing a additional recovery day. 5 times a week, I've stopped running, so it's literally just working out and just recovering from the injury, because life comes at you fast when these things happen. You really got to humble yourself and just recuperate, start from square one and get yourself back up, because it happens. But yeah, as long as you do minimum 3 days a week going to the gym, you're calm. You don't have to do too much. You really don't have to, because you realize that whatever makes you happy, whatever brings you that comfort, and as long as you're increasing your weight, getting better with fitness, regardless, you're going to do well. So yeah, keep that in mind. You don't have to do what everyone's doing. You don't have to run. You don't have to do hybrid. You don't have to do high rocks. You don't. Like, you really don't. As long as you do what you want to do, that's cool. But be open to change your routine, because if you don't, you will regress and you will not improve over time. A little bit of some ball knowledge for you lads. It's 44 days into the summer, and we have 49 days until summer finishes. Bro, this has been a ridiculous quick year in terms of summer. Days are starting to get shorter. Nights are starting to get longer. It's starting to happen, and it's scary hours. We still have time to make it the best summer. The weather may not be as good. This era where it was like June, May, June, even April. Actually, I wasn't here June, April. May, June, into July was like the best period of the weather, and then it just started to go downhill. It is not consistent no more, but we're grateful that we got that sunlight, because it did things, man. Like, it really did. It was very hot, and yeah, still go out there and make your summer the best summer you can be. But no matter if the weather is the greatest or not, you can still do it. I mean, like, go and do that. Go and do whatever you want to do during the summer. Go play paddle. Like, go do that. Listen to Radiohead. Speaking of Radiohead, I was listening to that album I forgot what the album is called, Rainbow something, I don't know. Was listening to Radiohead, and I like their music. They were ahead of their time. To be fair, I've only listened to 3-4 songs of the album. Nude is my favorite that I've heard, and I really like it. But we still got to tap into the whole discography, and that's gonna be a video. But yeah, who would have thunk I'd be liking Oasis and Radiohead? They just have a distinct type of music that they release, and it's that production. It's their production that's really good, and it's that simplicity in their music that just sets it far. Like, you can't not like Radiohead or Oasis. And I know for a fact people like me will like their music, but just your environment really sets things off for you to not like it. And it's tough, but it's true. Like, there's so much more in music than just listen to the same stuff. And that was one thing that even mums even told me, but I was just very oblivious and was like, nah, it's cool. But now, like, being for real, yes, there's more to life with the music than just the same ones that you listen to. And it gets to a point I'm even thinking of going through my like songs and just rearranging the whole order, taking songs I don't listen to and putting the new ones that I listen to, or just just making that whole rearrangement, because it goes a long way. You know, them ones where you just going through your songs and you just skipping and skipping. Like, we may as well just delete them ones that you don't listen to, because what are we doing here? Like, months or years back, it would have been good to keep them, but we don't need to keep the songs, because one, it also does take a lot of your storage. Me personally, I like to listen to my music when it's on that best quality, high quality, and with that, it comes with it takes more data on your phone. So that comes with a price, because currently Spotify is using 40 gigs of data on my phone. Make it make sense. 40 gigs, and that's just from downloaded songs. Wait, I'm going to talk about the amount of songs I've got on my Spotify real quick, because it may not be a ridiculous number, but it is up there as something. Currently, we are on 2,705 songs. That is insane. And we've had this Spotify since 2017. And I'm going to go through the first song that is on my Spotify. The first couple songs on my Spotify. Watch this now, because we've been tapped in. Our first song on here is Sweet Cheeks by J Hus. If you know about that song, then you know Boo. Coming Out Strong by Future. Incredible by Future. T-Shirt by Amigos. I Get the Bag by Gucci Mane. The End by Travis Scott. It's literally the whole of Birds. And then it goes into Rodeo, Antidote, Ghostface Killers, Nav, Carti, Woke Up Like This. Bro, that's how you know it's 2017, because those songs there go crazy. Even Uzi, Grab the Wheel. The first Uzi song on my Spotify is Grab the Wheel. That says something. That really does say something. And then it goes into just Drake songs. Huncho Jack, Take Care, Summer 16, Over, Culture 2, Lil Baby's discography, More Life, Astroworld. Like, all these albums here, like, it's just straight 2017, 2018. And then, like, the way that the music is now, bro, it is not the same how it used to. It's crazy how things just change as you grow and as you just age. Like, the music is never going to be the same, man. It's mad. But yeah, it's true. It is literally mental. Back then, those are all the songs I could just was around and just knew about. Birds, Hendrix. Bro, I was 17. How old was I when I was 17? No, 2017. How old was I? 15 or 14. Yeah, at the age of 14, 15, bro, I was tapping into Birds, bro. Like, you can't make this up. You really can't. But it's actually sick that we've been tapped into this music for a while, even at a young age, bro. I remember always playing Xbox in the Xbox party, playing the music loudspeaker, bro, in a FIFA series, playing FIFA Ultimate Team. Like, those are the peak times, man. Damn. Now look at us, working, creating, grafting, making a living. Damn, life really comes at you fast, bro, because it's crazy. The way things were, like 2017, 16 was like peak Xbox or Xbox season. I grew up playing Xbox, so I was always playing FIFA, Black Ops 3. That period was heavy, and I'd always be playing my music, bro, tapping into like just any discography that I can in the rap community. This was low-key when I was a stan of Rap Caviar, before I knew that Rap Caviar is very bland. It's very bland and generic. But hey, if it weren't for that, we wouldn't be where we are in terms of our music. Rap Caviar walked so that we could run, because damn, Rap Caviar used to be so far, but then now the music in general in rap is kind of generic now. Like, let's go through Rap Caviar for a little bit, because they low-key used to have a top tier era. Right now on Rap Caviar, they have Metro Boomin on there because he released his noughties and 90s type of album. I'm not really keen on it, but hey man, anywho, yeah, so they Wanna Have Fun, Which One, Where Was You, FWU, Professional. It's like songs that are not really like, bro, it's a bit it's a bit mid. It's a bit mid, bro. They have Cardi B outside, like YG, um, Lil Baby's album I'm on here, XXX, Glorilla, Lil Tecca, Young Nudie, Ice-T, Sleepy Hollow, Burna B. Like, it's just quite a lot of generic songs, I can't lie to you. And it's mad how rap cover you really used to be that type of playlist, but they really just put any rap song that's popular in there. And man, let's bring back that era, bro, where they were in their prime. And it's crazy that it's literally the 2017, 18, 19 era, low-key 2020 during lockdown. But nah, actually, I take that back, because that whole period was literally just the baby and Roddy Ricch and Lil Baby, the baby, Roddy Ricch and Lil Baby, back to back to back during that period. We're not going back to there. And it's crazy that even when Whole Lotta Red dropped, they were not even putting Cardi in Rap Caviar. Like, we see how they're moving, you know, like they move very weird, and then now they're more acceptable to put artists like Tyler in there. Like, they never used to put Tyler the Creator in there, but now look at them, they're putting like, it's the popular music that just goes up now. They're like, okay, you know what, yeah, let's put them in there. It's crazy, but it's true. It's crazy, but it's true. Speaking of crazy, but it's true, what I know about that song by Future, that is a top tier Future song. His whole album, The Wizard, you need to tap into that album if you haven't. You need to tap into Future The Wizard if you haven't. It is very underrated. Songs like Never Stop, Temptation, Promise You That, Unicorn Perp, Crazy But True, Tricks on Me. What else is there? Jumping Off a Jet, Going Dummy, Stick to the Models, Rocket Ship, bro. There's so many good songs on the album that it's not really being taken into account, because he's got so many good albums that when you can low-key like shrug it off, but you can't, because it really is a good album. And it's crazy because when that album dropped, not a lot of people really respected it that much, and it's mental because yeah, it's a good album. It really, I think it's better than his album I Never Liked You. That may be a hot take, but that's just my opinion. I think it's better than I Never Liked You. But his album Half-Life is the best album that he's done during the 2020s, other than We Don't Trust You and We Still Don't Trust You. Like, those two albums there are top tier. But Half-Life, during lockdown, that one there was phenomenal. And I remember I'd always listen to that one. Future's discography, bro. When he finishes dropping music, we gotta look back and realize how blessed we were to have Future's music. I know that may sound very blasphemous, but bro, his music is very, very good in rap, and just got nothing but respect for it, because he was really on a generational run and he's not stopping. I did say that I don't think he's going to be dropping an album this year, because he did 3 last year. 3 is very excessive, and the 3 albums were good. Mixtape Pluto was calm, but We Don't Trust You, We Still Don't Trust You, top tier, very, very top tier projects. And it really makes you have nothing but respect for his work rate, because he's always going to be dropping. He's always going to be dropping 5 songs. You think that he dropped a good one, but it just keeps going and doing better. So yeah, shout out to him for real. Now we're just going to talk about Drake for a little bit again. He has his album Iceman, and what do people have to expect for that album? And if you're asking me what I think, I feel like it may have a views theme in terms of the seasons. Iceman, it's cold. Views started off cold. I feel like Iceman will start off cold, and it may, as we get to the end of the album, it will be a warm album as it comes to the end. But for the most part, it will be like a snowy, cold season. And especially while I was in the UK, like, it makes perfect sense. While traveling Europe, it makes sense. But I'd like to see him to do that as well, because Views is a top tier album. And obviously with Iceman, he's going to be talking about how everything's just changed and how he's turned more reluctant or cold to be with people because everyone's just switched on him. And it's mad how every couple days, or just as the days go on, there's more people that are defending Drake. Now you have Bards defending him, and it's mental. Like, where was this respect last year? But hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It really is how just music goes. But regardless, he's doing his thing. He's touring everywhere, and hey man, I still can't believe that we spotted him. Like, that's just a crazy experience that you just would not expect. Overall, I hope everyone's doing well, and I hope you're all striving and doing everything that you can to be the best version of yourself. No matter what you're going through, just keep striving, keep standing on business, and keep going, because that's what it's all about. You gotta keep going and you gotta keep growing. We will do a perspective event soon. I don't know where, I don't know when, but we will do it at some point, because we gotta get it back going. We gotta get the run back in full effect. There's just so many things going on in life that's like, is it worth it? And especially financially, for the next one, it shall be done proper. I'm not saying the first one wasn't, but it will be in an environment that is like catered to everyone to actually turn up and be there. So yeah, we're gonna do that in due time, and we're gonna get the events going and just keep going with the work rate with the podcast. Perspective is a movement, and we're not stopping anytime soon. We're only getting started. Even if we have guests or not, we're still going to keep the momentum going, and that's just how it's going to be. Episode 32 of Perspective Podcast. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Keep going, keep striving, and I'll see you guys next episode.